And we are live. Bestball with Bindles. It is schedule release day. We have the one, the only Ron Stewart, the man in the basement. He is here to draft a team with us, talk some Dynasty, along with my boy Ferris, Dynasty DGen, and all around ball knower. We're going to get going. Hop in here with us. Ron, Ferris, how's it going, gentlemen? How's your day going?
I'm doing well. I love that I got a long, illustrious intro, and then you're just like, "Yeah, my boy Ferris."
Hey! Ferris is deep in these Dynasty streets. He's you're a smart guy, Ferris. So I got to up my game with you as well.
No, all good. I've been on here a few times, so don't need too long of an intro.
And we know we're gonna get at least 7 comments today about the Christmas tree in your background. So that's automatic.
I didn't notice
in the
that.
chat.
That's nuts.
At this point, it's become a bit on this stream, so I just left it up.
It's going to be mid-July, and it's going to be Christmas in July. We're going to have an episode named that in honor. But yeah, guys, how have you guys been doing this week? Ron, you said pre-stream you have done a few BBMs and other drafts, but not a ton of best ball draft. And obviously, it's rookie draft season. We're in a few leagues together, and I see you've been pumping out content on the new RS Dynasty channel. How you doing? How are the rookie drafts treating you? And just overall thoughts this week so far?
I'm doing well. We're getting towards the end of the Dynasty calendar, which I love the rookies. I love everything, but it does get a little bit much. We're talking trade targets, all of that, but definitely wrapping up here soon. Once Memorial Day weekend is a week and a half. That's pretty much that for me. That's my internal clock of okay, it's time for redraft season here. But yeah, so it's been good. Building the RS Dynasty channel has been fun as well as a new challenge. But yeah, rookie drafts have been all over the place. I debated starting a new Dynasty startup, but then I was like, it's tough this time of year.
Too much. Yeah.
I know you guys are in a ton, but it's tough this time of year where and I'm sure you guys are the same where, I'm going down the shore from Memorial Day weekend. Do I really want to be in a slow draft in round 4, having to, entertain trade offers while I'm just trying to chill on the beach and have a drink with my buddies,
I mean, that might be the perfect time to do a startup if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, man, no, that's I know. Yeah, in the one league we're together, you were tanking, and so you were doing a lot of back and forth. So obviously that's a lot of work for a rookie draft, more than just okay, I'm just gonna make my picks or maybe move up a little bit. But yeah, we Ferris, how's your week going so far? How have your rookie drafts been shaping up? Anything to call out of note that's been popping?
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I think I'm down to the last 6 or 7 drafts. I already finished 42. Yeah, 42 drafts finised. So it's been pretty insane. But to be honest, most of these drafts I've already kind of planned out before I'm even on the clock, kind of what my plan is. And it's mostly most of the trade ups I do have been, if they've been minor ones, or if it's Travis Hunter falling in a draft a couple spots, then that's a guy I've been trading up for. But yeah, overall it's been good. It's been nice. It's calming down. When you have 30 drafts going at the same time, it's things get a bit crazy. But it's just it's just that 1 week, and then it's been pretty chill since then.
It's a double-edged sword too, where it's funny because my full-time gig at this point is making content for Dynasty, redraft, etc. But if I'm on sleeper all day, entertaining trades, trading up, trading down, then all of a sudden the video's not coming out on time, So that's today's video should have been out yesterday, but I got caught up in trade negotiations, and then you could just very easily piss away an hour of just back and forth and checking, and then oh, does this check out? Let me see my rankings. Oh, maybe I want, and then you're haggling over a third or Juwan Jennings on the back end, and all of a sudden your 1 hour window you were going to get work done has now evaporated.
I mean, yeah, this is the time we live for, though, right? Like,
yeah,
this is absolutely like, yeah, it's probably not great for productivity, but it's also like, it's like what, like a month probably where it's like really, really super crazy NFL draft and a little bit after. So
I'm sure you feel it in the gym too, like where I'll be like, what should have been an hour-long workout if I'm like between sets, if I'm going back and forth with like a trade partner, like all of a sudden it's like, oh, maybe, I take like an hour 20. It's like, man, this could have really been an hour if I, locked in a little more.
Yeah, it's honestly like, I probably should just like not open the sleeper app when I'm at the gym, but I end up doing it, and then it's just like it's like an extra 5 minutes in between sets that I'm like, okay.
You look up and what you thought was like, oh, maybe that was like a minute 30 break. You're like, oh shit, maybe that was maybe 6 minutes. So
yeah, I feel bad too because it's like if I'm taking up a machine or something, but whatever, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, that actually is a good. Ferris was talking about kind of trading up and trading down, and you were talking about that. So I know for Ferris and I can speak for both of us. We've been really aggressive, specifically on like Travis Hunter as a guy where we're really trying to trade up for either at 102 or when he falls to like 104, 105. But like, how aggressive have you been with kind of the trade ups, trade downs, like any specific guys you're like really, really targeting and you see that happening a lot in your drafts or just in the process of doing your videos and everything, obviously?
I would say, I mean, it's a cop-out answer, but I would say it's Travis Hunter for sure. But I've just been kind of lucky not lucky. The issue is that my leagues are with analysts or my subscribers. So I'm not in a single, I would have to look through. I don't think I've been in a single draft where he's fallen past the 102.
Okay.
And most of the time it's me taking him, not most of the time, maybe, 40 to 30% of the time it's me taking him 102. And if I'm doing so, trading, not even like really trading up to do so, but just like trading assets. Like I think it was what I was in a analyst league with and this is a team I'm just trying to like strip down to the bolts. This was with like Jacobs in there. It's a really tough league to get future first. So I was like really trying to, it was a team that kind of crapped out where I had Mahomes, I had Tyreek Hill, I like had Josh Jacobs but sold him before he was good, had Saquon, sold him before he got good. And I like completely screwed up this team. That like had Mahomes on it and Tyreek Hill. So it's just like, okay, it's time to rebuild. Like middle of the season, I decided to rebuild it. So I was just like, you know what, let's really get this going. So that's pretty much what I've been doing is yes, can you trade up from 107 to 102? Sure. But I think, in the sharper leagues, it's a little bit tougher to do so unless if you want to, 26 first, 27 first plus my 107 to get there. So I did like Mahomes for Travis Hunter and a future first, pretty much from a team that was picking like 4th or 5th this year and like not looking too good. And again, this is a league where like I was poking around like, can I do Pickens for a 27 first? Can I do Hubbard for a 27 first? Like in normal leagues, maybe that'll fly, but not there. So that's like those are the kind of deals I've been doing. I know our league, the BSMT one, where I traded back from I think I just went 101 to 102 in a 27 first is what I did. So it's been a lot of those type of moves. I wish I could take a 109 and add something meaningful, but it's funny you guys say it because there is this thing where it's like, okay, Travis Hunter falls in a lot of leagues, but for me, it's sort of known in the lobby that like 109 and later is pretty meh. And that 102 is Travis Hunter. So if you're gonna trade up from 109 or further back, like you're paying a lot on top.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I find myself like I don't know if I've taken a single Quinshon Judkins share yet. Like it's just like it's like either Loveland's there or I'm trying to trade back and just kind of trying to grab whatever one of those guys that are kind of in that tier. And then yeah, I think I really like Burden, which we can talk about more as we're drafting and stuff. And I think both of you guys are decently high on Burden as well. But yeah, so I've been really trying to trade up to like 202, 203, 204 if he falls. I actually took my first share of Golden today just because I was like, I don't want to have 100% or like whatever, 10 shares of Burden and no shares of Golden. So I just mixed it up. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm feeling those trade ups. Ferris, what about you? Obviously we talked about the Travis Hunter stuff. Any other kind of meta stuff you've been noticing or you've been trying to move around and do?
Yeah, so I mean, just to add on to what Ron was saying, like my trade ups for Travis Hunter and my slightly more sharp leagues have been like, for example, like some trades I've done was like swapping, like trading Marvin Harrison for Travis Hunter when he was like available on the clock, or I even did like a Breece Hall on a rebuild team. I like Breece Hall, but to me, holding Breece Hall in a rebuild is more risky than getting someone like Travis Hunter. So I just basically swapped Breece Hall plus like late, like just some random late pick, and got Travis Hunter. So like doing trades like that where you're not moving like some of those later picks, because people kind of are not, they know those picks are not as valuable. So it seems like for me it's been mostly flipping guys who like Marvin Harrison, who there's some risk already baked into his profile, and some people are still in on him. And it's not that I'm not totally out on him, but because of the year one, there were some red flags there, right? Like trying to move players like that who I don't really want to have many shares of has kind of been like the moves I've done to get Travis Hunter. But yeah, other than that, because Bindles, me and you have so many leagues. Like for us, it's really about just trying to get a lot of guys in our portfolio, right? So don't want to always trade for Travis Hunter. Like we do want to take other guys because we don't want to be stuck like too overweight and not having exposure to certain guys.
Yeah, I think it's like, especially like with that 102 through 104 range, it's like sometimes you can't get them, and then you just get whoever falls out of Hampton and Ted, right? So it's like I'm fine with that. Like obviously, I prefer Hunter slightly, but it's not like, oh my god, I missed out on these other guys by a ton. So yeah, Ron, I guess kind of spitballing that conversation, are there any players like that you've ended up with a lot more than you expected going into it, or in kind of conversely, like guys that you have been missing out on just the way that the drafts have been playing out?
I actually have a good one for that. I did want to bring up because it did that's why I don't know, I didn't want to look like an idiot on my phone, but because you can't pull up trades on Sleeper. Like they don't read on the desktop, you know what I mean? So I'm like over here scrolling my phone trying to find this dang trade.
No, you're good, brother. Yeah, no worries.
I did a trade in an analyst league, or this is the one where I traded for Hunter. I'm trying to strip things down to the bolts. And I got, because we were talking about like in terms of places I want to trade up to, I love, and what you were saying too with like Burden, I love the 201 to 203, right? Where these picks are valued as an early 2, but these players are all, to me, in the same tier. Like if you want to take Luther Burden at 110, you could, and he's going to be there at 203 a ton of the time. Same with like Jackson Dart and Matthew Golden. What did I do here? I did, so it's super complicated, to be honest with you, but like the bones of it is I trade my George Pickens in my 206. Oh geez, am I good?
You're good now. You're good.
You're good. Oh, yeah, no.
Was I lagging for a minute there?
Just for a second. Yeah.
You hate to see that. All right, I've been having issues.
No, you're good. You're good.
Few weeks, dude.
It only cut off for the part when you were saying which players it was, but
I traded away Pickens in my 206 and essentially got the 202 and 203, which ended up being Jackson Dart and Matthew Golden. And like you were saying, like I'm not crazy about Matthew Golden, but I'm fine to mix in a 203 Matthew Golden there, kind of reset the clock on Pickens, and then also get Dart on a team that, I'm just looking for upside on a rebuilding team. Like, am I crazy about Dart? Not really, but I do like his upside as a quarterback, of just like, can he start some games at the end of the year and turn into some value is kind of all I'm hoping for,
Yep.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, no, I'm interested because like I've been in and out on Dart. I feel like this whole like last couple months, even like the last couple weeks, I just feel like I'm like, okay, like he has upside, he can rush, he kind of has an interesting profile, and then I'm like, okay, what if this coaching staff just gets fired and he's kind of just like a lame duck quarterback, and then moving into next year. You good, Ronald?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, now I'm so mad.
No, you're fine, bro. You're fine. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll just keep vamping. But I actually just traded him for a 26 first. It's kind of projected late, but it's on a team where I don't really need a quarterback, and I'm just like, I'd rather just have the safe value store. But I mean, I don't know. Is it that crazy to think that Dart could just start pretty early? Like I think their schedule just came out obviously today.
It's brutal. Their first 6 weeks are brutal.
It's like really the bad. Chiefs. It's like a bunch of like
Washington,
team.
Dallas, Philly. I'm pretty sure it's like it's not good.
So like, do we really think they're just going to stick with Russ for more than like if they start off 0-3 or 0-4? Like, I feel like they're probably pulling Russ, right? Like, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that, or do you think?
I just hate how can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me for sure.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what's going on with my nice camera. I mean, sadly, I'm just switched to my FaceTime camera, and that'll be
You're fine. You're good.
But like I don't know. I just hate how stacked their quarterback room is. Like, as funny as that is to say, it's Russ, it's Jameis. Like, I feel like there's gonna be a carousel, but I'm just hoping that it ends with Dart. You know.
I hope so too. I mean, it is kind of scary. You're right. Like, they have even right? Like, even Jameis, who, like, obviously he's not amazing, but like he can definitely come in and, like, if they're just frustrated with Dart and Dart throws 3 interceptions or something, and they kind of already benched Russ, so they don't want to bring him in. There's the third option, which just kind of brings chaos into the situation, which is not great.
Yeah, I mean, this coaching staff needs to win games. And same, I would say their GM is also not in a position where he can afford to keep losing games. So I think if they're losing a bunch of games early, Dart is coming in, and it's going to be, I don't necessarily think they're going to pull him that quickly. They'll probably give him some runway, but if he just looks not ready, they're going to definitely pull him and probably go to Jameis or Russ, like back to one of those. Yeah.
Like, they need, like, Dable is attached to Dart at this point. And like, even if they lose a bunch and they get a good pick, like, as long as Dart looks serviceable, or not serviceable, he looks promising, you know, I think that's enough. You know, if they go 5-13 now with the new 5-12, I mean, you know, you can kind of sell yourself on, well, Dable's a QB whisperer next year with Dart, etc. You know,
I definitely think there'll be sell windows with him. So I mean, it's not
exactly.
It's not. Yeah, I definitely think he's a fine pick, right? I've seen him fall to like 203 sometimes, and as high as like 110. So it's like we said, that whole range is just kind of interchangeable based on what you need, where your team is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's a situation where it could be a little scary with
I mean, he's like a high risk, high reward type of pick, but I mean, we saw with Penix, like Penix got like 2 games in, and he's going in like the 4 or 5 turn in drafts, right? So if Dart looks fine, he looks like pretty good. Like, as long as he doesn't look terrible, he looks pretty good. He's going to be like a 4th, 5th round pick in startups, and that's going to be really, really good value gain on the pick that you're paying for him. So I think he's a fine click. Like, it's not someone I'm like trading up for or like trying to go for, but I think you should be. He's a solid guy who can return you value pretty easily, to be honest. He just has to look not bad when he plays, and he has Malik Neighbors at least. Like, he has a guy he can just throw the ball to. You know, like, at least he has a go-to option.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I didn't mean to have I have 2 shares of Dart now, which I have like maybe like 12, 13 Dynasty leagues. So that was more than I was expecting of Dart. So I'll take it. I don't know. He's interesting. I do kind of like the you know, the non-spreadsheet stuff. If he does have some aura to him, you know, and Jackson Dart's a hell of a quarterback name too. Like, if he was a generated player, like a Madden franchise, like, I'm drafting that guy.
Oh yeah, like, and
that's
Jackson Dart. Come on, man.
the headband. Did you see the ball flip?
Yeah, the ball flip. You got like the shiny necklace.
I don't know, man.
The Anakin eye black. He's got something to him.
He's got some drip for sure. Yeah.
The guys can run the ball too. Like, that's something a lot of people don't know about. Like, he's actually really athletic, and he had a bunch of explosive runs, and he's a guy who can get like 400, 500 yards, honestly. Like, if he's actually used.
100%.
So yeah, if he hits, he's gonna hit big, and if you don't want to keep him, you can sell him for really nice profit, or you can just keep him, and he can be a really strong, like, you know, future back end QB1 type of guy. Honestly, that's his ceiling.
3 games of 100+ rushing yards in his college career.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of. I mean, I don't know, but like, obviously not Drake May exactly the same level of prospect, but it's a little bit Drake May-esque, where it's like, maybe it doesn't happen his first year. The offense is just really bad in terms of rushing and everything. They're not really designing runs for him. Obviously, Dable, I think, can do that. But it's like, he definitely, even if it doesn't happen this year, has the upside to give you those points in the rushing production. So, yeah, Ron, one more question for you, Ron, before we hop into a draft. If there's like kind of like one player where you feel like we look back on in like 2 or 3 years, and you're like, I like, I don't want to miss out on this guy, like, who do you think it is in this draft?
Wow. If I don't want to miss out on this guy, well, to give me some breathing room here to look through, I will say I didn't mention earlier somebody I keep taking. I guess like Dart qualifies for a little bit, but it's Isaac Tesla for me. He might be my most owned rookie right now, where I just like keep looking up in the 4th round of rookie drafts, and Isaac Tesla's there. And I get that it's like not the prettiest pick in the world, but he's a 3rd round pick, freak athlete. Dude, I know it's Division II, man, but he was a monster at Hillsdale College. Definitely not pretty that he got like, outproduced by Andrew Armstrong. I get it, but sometimes you get stories like that where Ladd McConkey never had a 1,000-yard receiving season. Obviously, he had Bowers, not Andrew Armstrong, but you get where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Talk about a white guy with some aura. I definitely think Tesla. Have you like creeped his like Instagram or anything? It's
like
his
Twitter where it's like one hand is plenty. He had a highlight reel on Twitter that I retweeted that the other day.
Yeah, he's been, dude. He a lot of times he doesn't even get drafted, or at least earlier. I think now there's enough hype on Twitter and stuff where he's getting drafted late 3rd, late 4th. But like there. A lot of my leagues that started right after the NFL draft, like he was falling through and I could get him on waivers. So yeah, I guess, the one more question actually for you. No, if you still need time, you can.
This is somebody that I don't want to miss out on because of their
you just feel, yeah, exactly. Like you're just like, okay, we're going to look back and Matthew Golden is the guy you need, or whatever, whoever it is for you.
I think if it's not Travis Hunter, because that's an easy answer, I'm going to say Harold Fannin and Jalen Milroe. Like, I think those are the two that could, break fantasy in their own right, where Milroe had 20 touchdowns in the SEC last year, which is just like laughable to say out loud. And even like he has a runway where he could be, Justin Fields on the low end, where Justin Fields, in terms of on-field product, of course, Fields got X amount of games to start because he was a 1st round pick. Who knows if Milroe ever gets that opportunity, but if he gets on the field, he could, look like Fields from a scoring fantasy points, but in kind of an ugly fashion way, with the upside of, Jalen Hurts, long-term starter, franchise guy, 1st round startup pick. And then Harold Fannin, the upside of like having a slot wide receiver in your tight end spot, I think is absolutely massive. And it's just like, I don't know, he's 20 years old, early declare from Bowling Green, getting drafted in the 3rd round is still pretty nuts. Like very rarely do you see that. I know that's like Sky Moorish to an extent, but for a tight end team, that's really, really impressive. For a guy who didn't test like a monster, it's not like he was Luke Musgrave or something like that. So those are the two that I think could like break their positions.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten as much Milroe as I'd like.
Me neither. He's going too high.
It's hard. He's going really early. Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it ahead of Shuck, just because I know Shuck's going to play, Like we could look back and Milroe starts. Like, what would you put as like over under for career games started, Jalen Milroe?
Like, God,
5.5. Does that feel right? Like, for a 3rd round pick, it's tough, man.
I think like 4, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think they're all gonna come at the end of this year, like at some point.
And Shuck probably gets more than that in 2025. So it gets tough. I'm excited about Milroe. I wish he got drafted higher because I would have more of him, but I don't think I have a single share yet. Now that I kind of say that answer, like I don't think I do, because every time he gets taken, and like Kyle Williams and Shuck are still on the board, who I'm taking over him, which makes it really tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think like in 95%.
I have him in a Devy league now that I think about it. So that's my share.
There you go.
I got him in Devy.
Yeah, and most outcomes we're not going to regret not taking him, but you're right. Like if he hits, we're all going to regret not having a bunch of him. That's just a fact, because I think as a runner, he's like elite, pretty much as elite as it gets. Like he's up there. He has the size, crazy speed. Like he's going to be putting up like 100-yard games as a runner. So if he ever puts it together as like a passer, which is very unlikely, but if it is possible, like we've seen it happen sometimes in some outliers. So if he's an outlier, that guy's he'll break fantasy like a bunch of other running quarterbacks do. So
yeah, Fannin's interesting too, because I know it's not exactly the same athletic profile as like an Evan Ingram type, but like in terms of usage, like we saw Ingram once he got out of New York just get absolutely peppered. So I think if he is just this basically what the Evan Ingram role is, like that's in tight end premium dynasty especially, like that's going to be gold, right? Like
yeah, exactly.
What you're mentioning.
There's somebody you can flex if you want, like that, which is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And then so pivoting off of that, last question before we hop into a draft. So yeah, with kind of the Derek Carr news, like where do you think is realistic to be taking Chuck in like kind of rookie drafts or like equivalent startup value? Because I find it hard because I just like, even if he does start, obviously in a dynasty format where you're starting 2 quarterbacks, like it's pretty valuable, but I mean, realistically, how good is he going to score? Like, you know what I mean? So
honestly, I haven't moved him up since that news because I already kind of like, if you go back to the videos where I've talked about Tyler Shuck, like I think Nick Underhill's his name. He's like a beat reporter for New Orleans, where he's been reporting since the pick happened, where he's like, I think Shuck's going to start day 1, which for me, like I was already like Derek Carr's afterthought. There's already like reports that he could get like traded or released somewhere or whatever. Obviously, I'm not a cap specialist, so I haven't moved him. For me, I have him 210 still. And I think even there's still so much like stench around Shuck and the Saints that I think you're still going to get him in that range. Like I was in a league. This was the same tanking league where before I got a certain trade that I wanted to get, that was where I got the 202 and 203. I was in talks with Danny from Fantasy Stock Exchange. Pretty much what held us up in our trade is he wanted the 206 so that he could get a quarterback being Tyler Shuck. So he was like prepared to take him as high as 206. And in this draft, after Derek Carr happened, this rookie draft started a little bit late. He still went, I think like I'll double check now, but I think he still went like 301, 212. So if the market's not budging, I'm kind of fine. Like I was already higher than the market. Yeah, he went 211 after Jalen Milroe, and this was after the Derek Carr retirement. So
yeah, I still see him go after Milroe, which it probably is wrong, right? Like if we're just thinking about the range of outcomes, it's probably wrong. But yeah, I'm glad. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that because I know like obviously now it's like confirmed, like Derek Carr is retired, so like it's maybe if you're just like really quarterback hungry, you could take him a little bit higher up, but I don't know. I don't see him scoring more than like 15 points a game or something like that, which is still valuable.
He is a guy who is like toolsy, and you can kind of sell yourself on him as a big 6'5", 225. I think that he had a decent RAS. I'm trying to get his game logs to load here. There's a billion of them. He did have two games with 100+ rushing yards. He had in those games 20+ carries. Wow, they were against they were against Ole Miss and Oregon. Those are good opponents to have 100+ rushing yards. I think it's a little understated. Okay. Now obviously I think he's more in the dart area. I would say that he's in that dart range of at his absolute high end, 300+ rushing yards.
Yeah. Not like super, super high ceiling. But.
Yeah, he just gives me Brandon Weeden vibes. Like, just like I won't be sad if I miss out on him if he hits. Like, that's just how I feel about it. But I mean, I do think it's a guy. He's a pick that if you take, you can probably try to flip him at some point. Someone like unfortunate reality is like there's going to be probably some quarterback injuries that happen or something happens with quarterbacks, and Chuck will be starting games, and someone's going to be desperate and pay like more than you bought him for. So.
Oh yeah.
He'll be a flip that you can do at some point this season.
I mean,
so
fellas, 9.7 RAS. Let me run him through as a tight end. What's he come out as a tight end? 8 RAS as a tight end. Come on now.
That's still
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Wow, that's probably better than Fannin.
Yeah, literally better than Fannin.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I remember. I mean, we've had so many quarterback injuries the last 2 years, especially. It seems like, but like I remember people. I saw. Like late seconds getting thrown around for Jameis Winston last year. So like, I completely agree with that thesis that you can flip him. So yeah, maybe I still have a decent amount of drafts to start. So maybe I'll have to try to target him there in that late second a little bit more.
The issue is I now have too many. And now after talking with you guys, I think next time I have maybe like 2 or 3 rookie drafts left. If I'm in that decision point again with Milroe and Shuck, I'm going to mix in a Milroe just because I'll be sad if I don't. But yeah, like I've been taking a good amount of Shuck. I've gotten him in the third. I've gotten him, late second. There's gonna be drop off points. And then also, I know Bindles knows it. Quarterbacks rule everything around me. There's going to be, we as a community aren't great at evaluating quarterbacks. Like nobody is. Yeah. Maybe he's good. That is in the range. I know it's on the very very far tail of the range, but him getting legit quarterback money to be the franchise quarterback of the Saints is an outcome out there.
Yeah, I think it's Tom Tipple. Shout out to Tom, great guy.
Yep.
He always kind of talks about how like whenever a player becomes a meme, like you kind of want to be buying that player. So I feel like we're at that point where it's just like, oh, he's so old, like he's just going to be terrible, and it's like, I don't know, man. You're right, like you said, quarterbacks rule everything. So I
mean, he's pretty free at cost. So it's like, what are you losing if he doesn't hit? Like nothing,
exactly. Really. Nothing, literally nothing, right? So
yeah.
All right, boys, you guys want to hop in a puppy and get drafting?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Let me give you guys, while we're loading into it, I hate to hijack things. Let me know if this is too obscure. I've made 1 billion Devi trades today. Or not 1 billion, I made like 3 or 4 that I would like to rattle off.
Go ahead.
So this is a team that I screwed up really bad. This is when I was first starting to learn how to play Devi. I screwed it up really bad. Kind of like a 1-year rebuild, but I got very lucky. I ended up trading Josh Allen away for Joe Burrow, Brian Thomas Jr. before he broke out last offseason, and then a Devi 1. Then I came back around in the Devi supplemental draft. I went like Lagway in the first, Ryan Williams in the first, Travis Hunter 404. So then today I decided like I'm because now I had Arch, Lagway, Ryan Williams, and a bunch of Devi picks, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. Because you guys know in Devi, it's not very straightforward in terms of tanking. You can't just like get 6 firsts in the next 2 draft classes and like, tank that way. So what I did is I sent my 101, which was Bryce Underwood, and my 111, which was Nick Marsh, for Jonathan Taylor, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton. Then I sent my 201 for Aaron Jones and Cooper Kupp. And then the big one was with Danny from Fantasy Stock Exchange. I sent my Travis Hunter and Ryan Williams for Justin Jefferson. Now, which is like the biggest Devi trade I've ever made, which I thought, like, I love Ryan Williams, but I think you have to sell him at that price.
I like all those trades for you. I think that's those are good moves.
I think that's good to capitalize. Yeah.
Dealing. And now I still have my Devi Future 1, and I still have Arch, and I still have Lagway. And now I have a team with Burrow, JT, Aaron Jones, Odunze, Brian Thomas, Jefferson, Laporta, Sutton, Devontae Adams, Justin Fields, with Cam Ward, who I got in the depleted draft at the 101. And now I'm back to competing. I'm done being a bottom feeder in this damn Devi league. Lucked out on a few. Had a really good supplemental draft where I took Ryan Williams 107 and Travis Hunter 404 in that supplemental draft. And then I turned that into Jefferson, which is
that's crazy.
That's insane. Ron, I was honestly in our BSMT league. I was surprised you didn't try to compete this year. I mean, I understand it. I understand it, but I don't know. Like, I think I kind of like have just come around where I'm just like, I don't want to be tanking unless I like literally absolutely need to be. Like, I don't know. Like, I think in the beginning I was a little bit like more willing to do that. And now it's like, unless I'm just completely boxed into it, or just my team's just completely ass and I just know that it's going to happen in the off season, like, people are pretty thirsty for firsts. So, I mean, I think I can usually make something happen, but no, I don't think it's a bad move at all. I was surprised when you did.
I thought about it, because I did say in the chat, I was like, all right, screw you guys. No one wants the 101. Yeah. I'll just take Genty and compete. Yeah, it was a tough decision. And I still think even now, if I wanted to, I could start, flipping some of these first and just competing. But I also don't hate. I don't know. This is going to be one of those rosters where it's gonna get ugly in next year, where this one's just like.
All right, guys, we are up here.
You want to go
the 4 spot?
Give me Saquon, man.
Yeah, Saquon at the 4th.
Week 17 against the Bills.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull up the schedule. I've been bitching all day because I'm like, dude, just drop it, man.
I know.
Just give me the freaking schedule. Like, I'm not doing a murder mystery to piece together the schedule, dude. Like, I refuse.
Philly, Buffalo.
Oh, Philly, Buffalo. Okay.
I mean, that seems like a good setup for Saquon, right? Like,
yeah. Maybe it's a little snow game. He pumped off versus the Rams in the snow. Maybe that was a playoff game, though.
It was a playoff game, but I mean, Buffalo.
I mean, that'll probably be a high scoring game. So the over under for that one should be pretty solid.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't found I'm not out on Saquon whatsoever, but I just haven't found myself taking him a ton at the beginning of drafts. So happy to get one here, and we can.
I mean, we just traded for him in the league we're in with Ron. So
yeah,
true.
Yeah, we did. We traded what was a Burden plus our first round depleted Debbie pick.
How did I miss this?
Oh yeah,
it's just happened.
No, it happened. The trade happened like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we traded Luther Burden plus like that was like the 411, yeah, which is like the 111 depleted. That
Ron,
was prior to, yeah.
Ron, how do you feel about Genti's new ADP there?
Where's he at? He's going like 110, 111, 112. Man. I think that's fair and fine. I would like to take Nico Collins over him. Does Nico have a lower ADP than him?
Yeah, Nico's I think 11 right now. So
yeah, Nico's 11. Genti's just gonna keep moving up. Honestly, he's gonna end up like he's probably gonna pass. Yeah, he'll probably end up like a 6-7 at some point.
I'm gonna try and get to even on him, but god damn it, man! It's one of those things where it's something I try not to do, but like you guys, I'm sure you guys drafted plenty of big boards, but it's like, man, I got him so much cheaper on the big board. I don't know if I want to pay this price. It's tough because I do like that tier of receiver of Nico, Amon-Ra, Malik Neighbors, Puka. So it gets tough there.
Okay, we're back on the clock here. We got Bucky is interesting, or do we not want to get behind a wide receiver? We could go Rashi, Garrett Wilson.
Let's go Trey McBride.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Sleep on receiver for a second here.
Yeah,
I've been sleeping on receiver more of just like, what can I get away with? I don't know. We got Notorious in here. Hell yeah. I will say too, is there any way you can zoom in on this screen or no? This is my bad too.
No, I can zoom in.
There you go. Okay. I was gonna say I was trying to mess with it in the back
got
round.
Got you guys. Yeah.
Beautiful.
McBride. I was just gonna say, like, I don't know. I've been the least confident ever in terms of best ball, in terms of what is optimal, what is not optimal, when can I take receivers, when can I not take receivers. Last year broke me, man. I don't know. You can win with anything. You can, forfeit your last 3 picks on some teams and still be fine. I don't know.
I mean, last year was just a crazy run out for running backs.
It was. I don't think it'll happen again, but I still think
we gotta
be Bucky.
We're up again. Yeah.
And we're just gonna sleep on receiver here.
You guys are going.
Fine. We'll build this. After this, we'll build it. We got this.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm going with you guys. You guys are outvoting me. So
I love it.
This is a high T start right here.
Yeah, last year sucked, man. All the running backs crushed. All the old running backs crushed. I was drafting. Yeah. The thing that is so tough for me to stomach is I was drafting Nico Collins and Devon Achane in like every single draft, whether it was best ball or redraft, and I still was correct in that. They jump up to be, or now, Devon Achane still a 2nd round pick this year. Nico Collins now a 1st round pick, and it didn't freaking matter. It hit.
Yeah.
The thesis of these players will be getting drafted in the 2nd round and the 1st round next year. And none of it mattered. So, and then same thing with, I was thinking Bijan wasn't a bust last year, but he wasn't, he didn't match Saquon, which was the issue.
Yeah. That's why I just think like sticking to a process it's important. Like year to year, there's going to be variance. You're going to have some bad luck in certain cases with certain players. But last year, just like, these running backs, just there weren't injuries to them, right? Like Saquon, Henry, like all these guys stayed healthy, and a lot of wide receivers got hurt. Even Nico was out for a bit. Rice got hurt. Like Rice was going to smash and got hurt.
Killers,
yep. Yeah. And then just got hurt. So it's I think like we shouldn't like change our entire strategy based on how things went last year. I do think there's going to be some.
Good point.
Yeah. But
I think it was a nice scoop of humble pie though, of just like
for sure,
absolutely.
Yeah, I had so many 0 RB teams that just bombed. That's terrible.
There's like something you should mix in, and then also I think sometimes we're a little bit too extreme. Where I want to get better at that of just like, I don't know, like the whole of last year of like Devontae Smith in the 2nd over some of the better running back profiles. Like at a certain point, when you look at like something I want to start incorporating is just like. I look at my clay projections, but I want to start, like just looking at the projected points per game. And if it's like, if a round 2 receiver has like, 13 projected points per game, and like you're looking at like Derrick Henry's 18. Like you really should be taking the 18, and just at the end of the day, you want to score points.
Ron, we all become boomers one day. Sometimes it's when you're 30, like me. Sometimes it's when you're you know what I mean, even younger. But we all come around one day. So
100%.
I completely agree with you, though. It's fun.
It's at a certain point, and again, like I still lean 0 RB. I'll still be drafting wide receivers through the flex like crazy and pissing, but there's also moments of humility I think that I've learned along the way of like, okay, like it doesn't have to be this extreme, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you just don't want to be doing all 0 RB, right? It's like you can still that can still be your main strategy, but you can mix in other stuff. You can mix in a Saquon, Bucky, Trey McBride start.
Yeah, you can mix in, no wide receivers till round 4 and see how that goes. Maybe that's what you need this year, though.
Maybe. What I have a quick question before we're on the clock really quick. How do you feel about HN this year? Because I kind of feel like I know he's still going second round, but like when Tua was on the field last year, like he was absolutely cooking. I almost feel like I can justify him like at least up to the 1-2 turn ish. How do you feel about HN and his current ADP?
Dude, if he's gonna be a second round pick, I'll have a lot of HN. I agree. Like 1-2 turn, I think feels about right. Like right after Genty, you could talk me into in that Bowers range.
We are back up.
Think of these options.
Flowers or Pickens?
I think I like Flowers the most, but I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah, I think
I'm open to any of them though.
Let's go Flowers. Okay. Wide receiver 1 on a good offense. I know it's run heavy offense, but
Flowers is good at ball, which is sometimes overlooked, I think.
He had a really good year last year. Even like all his advanced metrics went way up. So
yeah, exactly.
And we'll see what happens with Rodgers.
Metcalf feels a little bit less stinky now that Pickens isn't there, but then it's also like, who the hell is playing quarterback? Like right now, it's literally Will Howard. I took my first Will Howard share yesterday, like the 4th round of a rookie draft. I was like, all right, fuck it. I saw his. I don't know how much you guys watch John Gruden stuff, but he's like doing his QB school stuff now, which is so sick, dude. Like I know, like say whatever you want about Gruden, the guy, but or what he said, but hit like, dude, the QB school stuff used to be all time.
How do you guys feel? Pickens, Ridley, JMO. I kind of feel like Pickens.
Let's do Pickens. See if we can get Dak to fall to us later. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good with Pickens. That's like going to Dallas is like really good for him. So
yeah, that's huge, right? Like just the target. Like he can get the same 20% target share, but it's on more than 600 pass attempts versus whatever it was in Pittsburgh. I think he's gonna cook.
He's the best quarterback he's had in perfect situation. He doesn't have to be like the focus guy. Like they're not gonna get doubled up because Lamb is there as well. So it's he's gonna cook. I'm pretty sure, as long as he doesn't get put in the doghouse by whatever problems he has off the field. If he can keep it together,
has to stay out of his own way. It's kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah.
He's I mean, he's a joy, man. Like truly a joy. Like the guy, like they throw a pick and like he's just like, like swanton bombing people. Like I don't even know what I would call it. Like literally just like throwing himself into
just
people.
Murking someone.
He's hilarious. Back at Georgia, like he whips his helmet at some guy. Like he's just he's one of one. But that's like I don't know. You kind of need that from receivers, man.
Dallas, Washington, week 17.
I gotta DM me that if you got, because I gave up on it, but I like typed schedule into Twitter and haven't found what I was looking for yet.
I saw a bunch of different people.
I should just say week 17. I'm sure Liam will have like a color coded, dome coded. Maybe Davis will.
Everyone's already got a bunch of them. Yeah.
Baltimore, Green Bay. All right.
Baltimore, Green Bay. Really? Oh,
that's a good one.
That's a fun one, yeah. I mean, dude. I mean, I know Washington's defense was a little bit better in the playoffs, but I still feel like their corners are pretty bad. I don't know. I know they have who's the guy from Lattimore now.
Lattimore, yeah.
But I don't know. He's not the same guy he used to be, I feel like. So
no, sir.
We see Rome go there. He's been continuing to fall. I think this range is a good range for Rome. I heard you talking about that earlier. with Davis, Ron. I think like this at this point.
No, that's fair, man. That is middle of the 6th when we're talking about freaking Debo and Jennings. This has to be a receiver.
Right. Yeah, so probably
below
Jennings.
Golden, but I'm fine with Jennings. I think.
Yeah. Jennings over Golden. I mean,
Golden will come fall back. Like he might come back to us. So
I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Let's see who's San Fran is.
Where are you guys at on the Jennings Pearsall? Like, where do you guys stand there? Do you guys have a take, or you just kind of?
I think for me it's Jennings, but I'm not like crazy about taking a shit ton. Oh wow, is this new that Pearsall is now a 6th-round pick? When the hell did that happen?
He's been going like early 7, so this is it's about right.
It's a little bit of a Jennings fall too. I think Jennings usually goes
a little bit above.
Like kind
of. Am I crazy for thinking he was in like the high 80s in the big board?
In the very beginning, he was, and then the ADP between the two started to like come closer together, which is,
I mean,
I'm not really, I don't think
same round as Rome is nuts.
And
I'm not even the biggest Rome guy.
Okay, well, Golden went, so this is what we're looking at now.
I'm a Burden sucker, but I'm open for the other receiver options. Oh, that's really passes ADP. I mean, I'm birded, but if you want to make a case for anybody else,
we can go Burden. I mean, we can get another.
Let's live a little, man. Let's live a little. So Shakir is going to get like wide receiver 25 finish.
I mean, I know Shakir's like a fine pick, but like he's like a good like dynasty flex filler type. But like in best ball, I'm like, I don't know if he's really the guy you need who's going to give you like a 25-point week, right? Like, no, he's fine, but Ayuk is interesting because Jeff Mueller, the injury guy on Twitter, he's been kind of bullish on his recovery. Obviously, we're still really far out, but I kind of feel like if we continue to get good Ayuk injury news, he's going to kind of push up even further. And then I think maybe Pearsall is the kind of odd man out whose ADP will kind of drop a little bit.
I think it's going to be Jennings, man. The way, and I only say that because maybe I'm overrating reception perception, and it's like kind of how the market, moves with it. But the Ricky Pearsall RP profile today was so bullish that I think you're going to see Ricky Pearsall. I mean, he's like, I mean, this is news to me that he's getting that pick 70, but I think this is probably where he's going to go. I mean, god dang, man. I don't know. I get it, but I also really don't, man.
I think, dude, he's super polarizing because, like I know people that are very into him, and I didn't see that RP today, so maybe that'll even push him even higher. And then I also see people who are just like completely out on him. I guess it's a combination of just being into Jennings and thinking Ayuk will be ready week 1, but
he's such a tough Evo.
I feel like one of those three is going to be
last year. He was literally shot. So like you can explain it. Like, I mean, I had him as a dynasty sell in a video, and I was just met with a lot of like not waiving any metric last year because he got shot, which is like somewhat valid. It's somewhat valid to just be like, well, his yards per out run wasn't sick because he got shot. So, I mean,
he was really good the end of the year at least, but
it's not crazy, but 76th percentile versus press, 83rd versus zone, and like I know Harmon sort of talked glowingly about him in the blurb too. Not great against man, but
you guys see Stafford there at 81.
Oh wow,
that's to the Puka drafter.
Yeah, it is, but that's
maybe a star method.
It could be.
Been there before, like brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'll on the 49ers guys, I do think like it's possible that all of them end up somewhere in this range, like Jennings, Ayuk, and Pearsall. Like it's possible they just all are floating around like the 900-yard range, 4 to 6 touchdowns each, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Ayuk and Debo were like 2nd, 3rd round picks, right? Like, so I mean, I feel like there's going to be some winners there. So I probably just want to take all of them and just
maybe they have Kittle too still, right? It's like the room is pretty crowded, so there could be a winner, but I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't one either.
Yeah, I guess, and if CMC is healthy, that takes up a lot of short area targets as well.
You guys have a preference on the rookie receivers?
Definitely Igbuka for me.
I like Igbuka, but I'm just like trying to gauge if it's like my dynasty brain where it's like, you project those 3 out, and he's definitely the lowest in terms of median projection. But
I think I'm Igbuka still. Like, just I feel like the dynasty brain. Yes, that is a thing, but it's also like
he's also clearly the best player of the 3.
Yeah. And
Godwin's hurt.
Yeah,
Can he end hot like McMillan did? McMillan was the guy you needed. McMillan bumped me out of so many freaking pods, man.
Mike Evans is 32, always has a hamstring injury. And it's should be a good offense, right? Like Baker, I don't think Baker's going to have the same year he had last year, but I mean, even if he is 80% of that, I think it's a good pick there. I mean, this is pretty late for a first round wide receiver, right? So
yeah,
I think we take one of the other 2 that are there. You guys have a
I think we can wait on QB. We don't need we have McBride, but we don't need to go for Kyler. We can take one of the 2.
No, definitely one of those 2. Ron, you're the tiebreaker here.
I'll go Higgins.
Okay,
let's do that.
I think Higgins is a better prospect, and I would just rather. That's like the weird part with the rookies is like, I would kind of like in terms of rookies, what you're betting on is just late season efficiency. I know that's like that's been beaten into the ground, but I feel like the best access to that is being talented. So I don't know. I mean, people love Trey Harris, man.
Yeah,
I'm not quite there. I don't think I have a single share. I don't think I have a single share of either of those guys, just because that's a range of drafts I don't want to be in. Like I either want, not to like shift back to the dynasty stuff, but I want the dark golden burden, and then when that's gone, I just want whatever falls to me in the 206, 207, 208, because I don't see a huge gap between these 2 and like Jack Besh. Like where's Jack Besh going in these?
He goes a bit
another round
later.
He's like 128 or something like that.
He's 125 now.
Okay, so 2 rounds later.
Yeah,
like a pretty hefty premium.
2, 3 rounds later.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is with Besh, it's like he's probably the 3rd option on this team, right? And then these 2 guys are probably second options, so it does make some sense. Yeah,
better quarterback.
But I would say like Besh's profile look like his reception perception, just like overall profile looks a bit more cleaner than these 2. But these 2 guys are like the classic boom bust types, right? Like either they're gonna hit big or probably won't. Like that's just how I feel about them. So
we're building out this receiver room.
Yeah, this might be like no, it's fine. I mean, we've been pissing for a while now, so yeah, so we got let's see.
We'll probably need some like production, like some boomer production.
Thielen. I was gonna say this might be a Thielen.
This is looking like we need to add a couple boomers to this room, but honestly, like I think like the upside now, we have really good upside, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, like we can take 2 tight ends, obviously with McBride, so that
and these quarterbacks are just falling. Like Kyler might make it all the way back to 1-17, which is pretty crazy.
Almost all purple there at the top. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
All right, I finally have found the week 17 schedule.
Nice.
Yeah, man, this is like it's hard. It's weird because the week 17 schedule is like I'm not even thinking about that right now. Like, right, it's crazy now because we've been drafting since January, and now it's like we're just now uploading this info here.
Well, I guess Kyler. I mean, that's like
if Raider doesn't, it has to be.
Come on, bud. Let's go.
Yeah, nice. 20 picks past ADP.
Well, we just got demonetized. It's 100% worth it. Let's go, boys. Stacked up Kyler, fast ADP. We needed it. Great. We needed it. That's like one of my favorite clips, like of all time. I figured it was Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder. Just
all right, back up again.
Okay, let's
see. Well, let's see. There's a naked field 20 picks past ADP or Dak.
That's a tough one. I kind of feel like Dak, but what do you think?
Yeah, I'll go Dak. Much as I love Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I think Dak should be going where Fields is going anyway. So like I know it's an ADP value, and I like Fields, but I kind of feel like that should.
I agree.
I've started to, I've gotten older and I've gotten some disposable income here. I've started to buy sports cards, and now that Justin Fields is on the Jets, look at this beauty right here. This is a Olave, Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields patch rookie card, something light.
Wow, that looks crazy.
And then we got a Justin Fields patch rookie card. No,
dude,
that's just something slight.
Those are cool.
Just something slight.
I'm
a homer.
No, that's sick. I saw you had a couple other cool ones.
You didn't want me to dig into my bag, man.
The only card I have is, shout out to Fantasy Dog Pound, Pat. He on a stream was giving away a Tank Dell Origins PSA 10.
Hell yeah!
This is probably worth like $3 now with Tank Dell's injury. But when I got it, I was pretty hyped. So
dude, that's what it's all about.
We're holding.
I want more obscure ones. Like the most obscure one I have is Pau Gasol triple patch from
yo, that's sick.
Every stop.
You need like a Chad Pennington or something, or like a Curtis Martin or something.
You know what's next? Yeah, I want one of those, or like give me like a Quincy Enunwa rookie card. I would love one of those.
That's deep Jets lore right there.
Yeah, I've been eyeing up J.R. Smith rookie card. He's from to me, J.R. Smith, you know who he is? He played basketball.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Of course. I thought you were saying you didn't, but to me, he could go bar for bar with any hoop mixtape. Like I think if I showed somebody who's like a kid right now his best highlights versus Michael Jordan's, they'd be like, J.R. Smith is maybe the best player of all time. And he went to high school in Newark, New Jersey, and declared before college. Like he's a legend.
He was straight out of high school, right?
Yep, straight out of, I think it was Benedict Prep. And dude, Newark is a scary shithole in America.
Newark catching strays on the Bestball.
Dude, they would agree. Newark is insane.
J.R. Smith, yeah, I used to be a 2K head, and
and he's one of the guys, dude.
Bro, he was
the
nice.
Dunks, like he's a monster.
Yeah, his dunk package was crazy. He could hit three. He had like unlimited range, so you could literally hit it from like half court. Guy, where in 2K he's even better than in real life. But
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like if you put up his mixtapes of what he could do in terms of dunking and the three, like dude, he would just pull threes from anywhere before Curry was even around. But he was also just kind of an idiot. Like you have that one clip where he's like, squinting, and it's like he has like a billion memes too, which is why he's so great. But
that would be a great. He was what? New Orleans Hornets? That's
a great poll, man. I was gonna say most people don't know he was drafted by the New Orleans Hornets, and then he was Nuggets, then he was Knicks, then Cavs. I think I saw him in, like, someone was saying he might be a coaching candidate for someone. I forget who it was, but he actually we'll talk about after this pick, but he golfs in college now.
Right, who do you guys like here? I think we just take a running back. I'm cool with any of these guys. Spears, White, Benson.
I like Rashad White. I don't know how you
I like Rashad White. Yeah,
we have Bucky already, but that's fine.
Oh no. Go elsewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Spears,
yeah.
Quick fingers.
That's my bad.
No, all good. I actually don't mind like pairing running backs, but since we only have two right now, it's a bit iffy.
I like that call. I think the more running backs you roster, I'd probably be more into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now this is quite a squad, boys. I like it. The unconventional RB tight end RB start, but I think we're recovering. Yeah. Okay, so we have some Arizona with Kyler and Trey McBride. If we want,
I think Benson is I think he's a good play here.
Benson or Knoll. We already have the Houston thing, or just I think we need some more older guys probably later.
Yeah.
I also don't love the late RB options right now. Like I kind of want to we could go 5 RBs on this team.
I like that.
I'd rather kind of get the RBs done and we can take some shots at wide receiver later. There's a few guys I like, but it's just this part in the offseason, we don't really know who the RB2s are. So it's like a little shaky sometimes, right? Like I really like Marshawn Lloyd, but it's like he's probably the RB2, but like are we 100% sure at this point?
Yeah.
And there's so many other situations that are just even way murkier than that. So
well, this is definitely like a 2 tight end, 2 QB. Like we're pretty good with 2 QBs. I don't think we need to add a third to this room.
No, I think we got flexibility.
We'll have flexibility at RB and wide receiver.
Yeah, let's see what falls to us. I'm definitely good with going 5 with Saquon and Bucky.
Yeah.
I will say my final note on J.R. Smith is he actually, after retiring, he went back because he never went to college, so he had eligibility. He's been on the men's North Carolina A&T golf team for the last like 3 or 4 years, just golfing with them, getting his degree. And he's trying to like qualify for the U.S. Open or something once he graduates.
Honestly, that sounds like the dream.
That's the dream. That's
just
the dream. No.
A millionaire, like 35-year-old, just going back to college.
Like taking bullshit classes, golfing, like just the man.
I'm sure he's never partook in the devil's lettuce there and North Carolina A&T.
I mean, that's where Tariq Cohen went.
That's a good pull. Honestly, shout out to Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen, what a sad ending to his career. As a Bears fan, I really liked him as a player. It was really fun to watch.
Dude, he had like a really good year. Was it his rookie year or his second year? Like he was catching, what did he catch, like 80 balls or something like that?
Billion balls, man. Yeah, I think you're right with like 70. And then that was like right around the time where it was like Jordan Howard, David Montgomery too. Like he was fun, man. Yeah, he made a I mean, he was first team All-Pro in his second year. I want to say for probably returns.
Yeah, he was a really good returner too.
Yeah, we had some. Speaking of cursed franchises like the Jets, man, Bears also had some like freak injuries. Like all of our fun players got, like, even I don't know if you guys remember Johnny Knox, but that guy was kind of a baller too.
I think
crazy injury.
Zach Miller maybe too. Like snapped his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a really good athlete at tight end. I remember that. He was like a 4.5 something guy at like 6'5", 250.
Yeah, Tariq Cohen had 71 catches and then 79 catches in his second and third season.
Ooh. Holy.
And that was with Jordan Howard and then a rookie David Montgomery.
It's weird now. I feel like we don't have, like, because of the way the NFL is going, we just don't have these like little scat back type guys as much anymore. The Danny Woodhead types, who's the guy for the Lions? What's
Riddick?
I remember. Yeah, Theo Riddick. Yeah.
Chris Thompson, Naeem Hines.
That boy, nice.
All right, you guys see what I see?
Romeo Dobbs. I think, dude,
this is the vet presence we need in this room.
I feel like I've been taking a lot of Dobbs.
I'm not even joking. I think we also get the Baltimore, Green Bay staff.
What if Romeo
week
Dobbs
17
week 17 is the guy you need?
I don't mind him.
I think he's fine. He's like,
gonna run routes.
He might run the most routes, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, Wicks is banished to the shadow realm, right? Like, probably.
And Watson's
out for probably the whole year. So,
I actually just in the video I posted today had Jaden Reed as a buy.
Yeah, I think the hate's gone too far on him as well.
Gone way too far.
I mean, I just think everyone. I know Ferris is a Josh Downs guy as well, but it's like, yeah, they don't run all the routes, but like they're just good. So like it kind of cancels it out. Like, and anybody who watches Jaden Reed, you're like, okay, yeah. It's also, I think, I don't know if it was you, Ron, who tweeted this, but someone tweeted where they're like the Green Bay pass rate over expected was just like crazy low, and it was after Jordan Love got injured, and they just were leaning on the run. Like, I just don't think that's how they want to run their offense for like if everyone's healthy, if Love is healthy. So
is it Adam Thielen time?
We are back on the clock.
You're talking to Adam Thielen. I don't know how you guys feel about Thielen.
I mean, it's either Thielen or yeah, I think it's Thielen time.
I think it's Thielen time too.
Yeah, give me Thielen.
Roll the clip.
But yeah, the tweet.
I mean, this is exactly what we needed. Right here.
Yeah, I like that.
As the kids call them, chaperones or whatever these days. We got him.
The tweet with the Packers offense is last year they were 32nd in neutral pass rate. Since the LaFleur era, they've been 16th overall, and since the Jordan Love era, they've been 20th. And then also, of course, like there's also just the idea of I want good players on good offenses. Like everything per route, Jaden Reed crushes, and then the Green Bay offense with LaFleur since 2019, which is when he got their third in EPA per play. If you want to do just Jordan Love since 2023, sixth in EPA per play. So like LaFleur's going to have a good offense, and they're going to be probably league average in pass rate. And I don't know. I think like Savion Williams is going to take some of the rushing role as well. And Jaden Reed also, like if you look, like he got banged up in week 4 and then again in week 6. And then that's kind of when his route started to dip a little bit. So I don't know. I think that he's a great kind of like, I guess, I mean, like we were looking at it, he's going right next to Matthew Golden on here. So he's not really a great buy. Like he's not really a post-type sleeper, I guess, for redraft, really. I thought that he'd maybe be more like a 8th, 9th round guy. But I guess in more like, slappy normal redraft leagues, that's what he'll be. But I don't know. They're so wide receiver hungry that, you're taking Jawan Jennings in the 6th on here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I like him in Dynasty as well with the case you just made, but in best ball too, like he's the perfect best ball guy, right?
Best ball.
Like he can give you 30 in a week, any week. So yeah, I'm definitely still in.
Yeah, I mean, guys like Jennings, like they're not guys you would take in redraft, right? Like these are clearly best ball guys. Like redraft, I'm taking Igbuka, Burden, Higgins, like all those guys over Jennings because at that point of the draft, you're just trying to hit upside, right? But in best ball, like all these guys matter. So it's for best ball, I think it makes sense why they're going a lot earlier.
Yeah, speaking of redraft, we should do a FFPC in
100%,
August.
dude. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I know Ferris, I think, went to Vegas with
me and Jacob did one.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That was a good time.
The co-managing FFPC teams is fun. Last year took a freaking bath though with the way things went, but it's all good. It's all good.
Ron, those are some of my.
Hard.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ron, those are some of my favorite streams of yours, like the Liam, the Jacob, like those they just kill me.
Those are my favorite to do. The ones with Liam and Jacob are fun. Even the ones where I'm like riding solo and the chat's begging me not to take another receiver as I take another receiver, and then like I'm getting killed. Like it's just fun. Like and people flock to those streams too.
All right. Any preferences here? We're on the clock again. We can go running back. Schultz is also here. Up to you guys.
I'm down for Marshawn Lloyd.
I kind of like Lloyd. Yeah, let's go Lloyd.
Let's do that.
We got one Green Bay piece, and it's bring back on Zay Flowers.
Marshawn Lloyd and Dubs, the guys, the two you need. Week 17 winners.
We're talking up Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden first round pick, and it's like no. Romeo.
I mean, it's Green Bay. Honestly, you have no idea. Who knows what they're gonna do?
Can be anyone, any week. Yeah. Jacob, how do you? Or I mean, not Jacob. Sorry, Ron. How do you feel? Sorry. How do you feel about Kraft and Dynasty? Because his ADP was like he was valued pretty highly, and he's dropped a lot.
We're back again.
On the clock.
If it's receiver, I like AD Mitchell to be honest, but I feel like I don't know.
I'm fine with whatever. Honestly, any of these guys.
I think we're receiver because I think we're good at running.
Yeah, we're receiver. Let's just go AD then.
I'll go AD Mitchell, and then we'll just take whatever tight end.
Yeah,
sort of feels right.
Yep.
Kraft is weird. You were saying he fell. He's just tough. He's a tough sell for me of like where he's going. Where like tight end's so tricky in Dynasty. Where he not a lot of his value, but some of his value is that he's like this young tight end. But I don't know that he ever ascends to being like the next, Andrews, Kelsey, Kittle, whatever, which is a tough bar to hold somebody to. But when half of your dynasty value is in your age and that's not in your range of outcomes, I just think you can get whatever Tucker Kraft is projected for from Jonnu and Joku all the way down to like, if you want to get slimy, like Hunter Henry. So he's just not like I have him on teams because when he was in rookie drafts, I took some swings on him in the 3rd or whatever. So they're still hanging out on my team. But I'm like I don't know there's ever a scenario where I'd like be looking to buy him, if that makes sense, right? Like if I'm buying, if like I need a tight end, I'm just buying a more, Evan Ingram's another one, just like a clean, like Ingram, Jonnu, and Njoku, I think are kind of like the perfect. I just need points in this spot, man. Can you spot me him for a second, kind of thing,
Yeah, I've been selling him because it's like I think he still has name value.
Yeah,
like he was all offseason valued like pretty highly, like late first-ish range. So I haven't been able to sell all of them, but I've gotten Kittle straight up. I've gotten
Holy
Kittle,
shit. That's
like
really
Kraft
nice.
and like a third for Kittle. Like I think
That's
especially
perfect,
on
dude.
teams where like I think people perceive that they're too old.
Yeah.
Kraft still has some good name brand value. So I would say definitely still sell him while he has that. Cause I mean, I don't think he's bad. I don't not like out on him as a player, but I just think realistically in the offense, how many targets is he going to get? And I like the talent, but like, I just don't like Njoku. I think so. I don't know. Someone else had a tweet today where like Njoku's been like the tight end 5 or something over the last 2 years.
That'd be me again. I was on one today for this video today.
So yeah, I mean, I would just rather if you can get a plus on top for Njoku, like every day I'm doing that.
I was gonna say like when you first said it, I mean Kittle's a way better return, but I was gonna say like, can you do like freaking for Tucker Kraft? Can I do like can I do like Mason Taylor in a future second? Like I would be somewhat interested in that, but I feel like after all the prices you mentioned, maybe that's selling him low.
I mean, it's league dependent, obviously.
Yeah,
but I definitely think he just still has that value, like that name value, which is super important
100%.
in Dynasty, right?
And dude, people forget that like for a second there, Musgrave looked good his rookie year. He's been like banged up the last 2 years. If they want to like run more 12 or like it just seems like a situation where LaFleur could just kind of play a hot hand at tight end. What are we looking at here? Arizona, Dallas. We don't really have any stacking options. I'm not in tune enough with Week 17 to know what we're looking at for tight end Week 17 stuff. But you guys have a strong take on anybody?
I think we just got some guy with upside, probably like Fannin, Arroyo. Those two are like the most probably here. Juwan Johnson's fine, like if we're going for floor play, but
we were talking up Fannin. I mean,
let's go Fannin. Why not?
I mean, hopefully he's not hitting our lineup anyways with McBride. So
yeah, I think we just go for an upset play. I mean, I don't think any of these other options are appealing.
Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Week 17. Harold Fannin is the guy.
I do think like Arroyo, if he hits, he's gonna hit really big too, just because of his profile. Like I'm not like totally in on his profile, but he's just a guy. He runs like a 4.5, and he's gonna get downfield. So, and what other options do they have there besides like JSN, right? So, I think they're gonna find ways to use him and early. So.
It's a very simple stat, but for tight ends, like yards per reception is actually like pretty decent. He's at 16.4, which is pretty ridiculous for a tight end. It's up there with guys like, Gronk, and I think Njoku was up there too when he was at tight end. But of course, you have like other guys, like I think like Max Williams. I think Greg Dulcich was one like that, but that was more
wasn't Kincaid like a downfield guy too?
I want to say Kincaid's might have been low. Let me see.
Oh, was it?
You could be. I think
I remember. I remember watching him in college. He was like used downfield a lot, but I could be wrong. I don't really have his numbers on top of.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers. Based off the highlights, it looked like he was used downfield. But we got some crazy chats here. We got Newark Airport, fucking scary, and then
I'm telling like Newark it's bad, man. Bro,
and then we got Notorious. We got Steph in the chat. Yeah, we got to get the infamous Steph's grade on our team. She's kind of now known in the streets as the resident grader. So
as the saucer.
See if we passed the test.
Kincaid was 13.2 yards per reception. That's still solid. Like anything over like 12 is solid, but like 16 plus is pretty crazy.
16 is wild. Let's wait for this to finish off, and then let's recap this team, and we can get you boys out of here on this Wednesday night.
That's also a possibility. All right, I think that wraps it up for this one.
Okay, so we got at quarterback, we got Kyler and Dak both stacked up. We got Saquads, we got Bucky Irving, Ty J. Spears, Trey Benson, and Marshawn Lloyd. Zay Flowers, George Pickens, Juwan Jennings, Luther Burden, Emeka Egbuka, and Jaden Higgins, a little trio of rookies there. Romeo Dobbs, the chaperone Adam Thielen, and A.D. Mitchell as our final wide receiver, and then Trey McBeast and the Darkwing Duck at tight end. I like this one. I think this is like
it's a nice team.
This is like an A-, B+. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. We have some week 17 correlation. Obviously, we weren't like super locked into that. But how do you guys feel about this one?
It's like the opposite of the Carter meme of like, yeah, I like your running backs. Wide receiver's a little weak though, you know. It's how far can you push it? But I do like the experiment. You know, can we wait until round 4 on receiver and pack it with enough upside? Which I think we did, and we got some correlation in there. I think it looks solid.
Yeah, I think it'll come down to, let's see, like if these wide receivers get there earlier than we think, which is possible. Like Burden, I could see Burden and Higgins getting there, like for sure, like early on. I think that's a definitely possibility. Egbuka might be a little bit of a wait, but I think we could have enough firepower early, like surprisingly, to get there. So
I think it's an interesting point too that I could 100% see especially like when I'm in like knees deep in like redraft of if Ayuk starts slow and like Pearsall starts slow, I could see Jennings be like this is a hot take. The editors over at the Ron Stewart headquarters who are watching right now, clip this. Like I could see Juwan Jennings be like the wide receiver 8 in points per game through like the first 5 weeks, and he's like the easiest sell high ever. But we'll see. I haven't looked at the San Francisco schedule, but I could see him kind of holding it down early.
No, yeah. I can definitely see it.
I think him and Kittle could be like 1A, 1B there early on. Just it really comes down to like if Ayuk is healthy or not, and how quickly he gets on the field. He's in Dynasty, Jennings has been like a free value. Like he's a guy you can get in like round 13, 14, and I think you're gonna be able to flip him for like maybe multiple seconds or a second at worst, to be honest, at some point. So
yeah, earlier before like rookie drafts, I was buying them for like late seconds, like 210 through 212-ish range, which I mean, if he gives you like even if he's a wide receiver 2 or whatever, gives you a solid half season of production, I feel like that's worth it at that cost. So
yeah.
All right, Ferris. What's going on with you? Thanks for hopping on. Anything else going on with you the rest of this week?
No, just closing out my final couple rookie drafts in the next week, and then probably we'll start doing some BBMs like probably in the next couple weeks or so. I'll probably start doing a bunch of those. So
nice.
Yeah. And Dynasty off season will be just kind of paying attention to the drum beat, seeing if there's any like waiver guys I need to scoop up. But otherwise, yeah, I think Dynasty will be kind of on chill mode for a bit and kind of focusing on BBM. And then I also play a lot of college fantasy stuff. So once college fantasy football stuff opens up, I'm gonna be maxing those out too. So that's pretty exciting stuff to look forward to.
Nice. Yeah. No, I know. We're in a couple shared Devi and C2C league, so I got to get on my grind because I've just hasn't even been on my radar, so definitely want to dig deeper into that as well.
Do you guys watch any college football? Ron, do you watch it?
I love I like my shtick is that I don't watch film, which I don't like. I'm not going to sit here and watch the all 22 of Action Genty. I can't be bothered to watch the all 22, but like I do, like every Saturday I'm watching the games, like we talk about Milrose's best games versus like Georgia and all of that. So I watch like the marquee games every week. Like, if there's like a top 25 matchup on Saturday night, I'll watch it. And then all of the college football playoffs I'll watch. So definitely like I remember I'm trying to think of the Vanderbilt game where they upset, I think it was Bama with Pavia. So like I'll definitely I'll tune in. He's probably a CFF guy, right? Diego Pavia.
He's like he's like a late round guy. He goes somewhere in like the 7th, 8th round. Somewhere around there. There's the thing about CFF. He is, yeah. The thing about CFF guys, it's just like those rushing quarterbacks are just the ones you want to go for. Like they dominate scoring. And last year, like this John Mateer, like the guy from Washington State, he scored 37 points per game. So That's the kind of stuff you get in college football. And then I think the next guys after that were like 33 or something. So if you hit on one of those rushing which is still crazy, like 33 points from your quarterback is wild if you think about it. But yeah, that's college football for you. You know, the quarterbacks
are hilarious.
They are hilarious.
Folded because it's really tough to commish those, dude. But my only C2C folded, but our QB for the longest time was Daquan Finn for Toledo for a while.
Yep, that's a running guy.
Ron, I see, like I said earlier, I saw you started your new Dynasty channel, RS Dynasty. The link is down below. You've been popping off with the rookie content, with some Dynasty buy sells and everything like that. So what is what's kind of your schedule look like going forward, and anything else you wanna cover off on?
It's tough to say the schedule moving forward. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't really have a set schedule, but I'll definitely have. So I put out today a buy targets video on the RS Dynasty channel. As we can find all my Dynasty stuff, but it is funny to like plug it now because like I'll probably do like a sells video this week. I'll probably do like a 2027 class preview at some point, maybe one other video, and then like I'm gonna be going to redraft here really soon. So and then like maybe I'll trickle in Dynasty here and there, but yeah, the RS Dynasty channel has been fun to build. Definitely check it out if you're into Dynasty. It'll be something where I post a few videos here over the next couple of weeks, and then maybe, you know, every so often moving forward. But the real stuff will be happening on the Ron Stewart channel. It's like hard to remember between the two, but that'll be where my redraft stuff is, where, you know, when I do my streams with, you know, Jacob, Liam, and we draft, I'll stream every day in August, and, you know, maybe we can get an FFPC in there as well. That's where you can find all my redraft and all of my kind of main stuff on the Ron Stewart channel. So RS Dynasty, Ron Stewart. There should be plenty of videos, but it is, you know, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a weekend house booked with some high school buddies down the shore for Memorial Day weekend. So looking forward to that.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, yeah, thanks so much for hopping on. Always appreciate it. Yeah, love your content, and yeah, been following you for years. So just always good to chop it up with you.
Yeah, good talking with you guys. Good meeting Ferris as well. I know we've been in a league for a while now. Finally get to put a face to Ferris, so glad to be in the mix.
All right, boys. Mr. August, Ferris, we will see you guys next time, and have a good night.
Yeah, take care.